Okay, we are taking over the guardianship for Wendy Kyttygang. If you saw the thumbnail, yes, we are screaming free Wendy over here. Wendy Williams show is a show I used to watch. I'm not gonna lie and say I watched it every day, but I was tuned in. She was the e-magazine or the Instagram back then, for me anyway. If you want to know anything about what the celebs are up to, your faves, the one you don't like or what have you, you could tune into Wendy. Now, Wendy's been doing interviews and in the news. TMZ, the Breakfast Club did an interview with her recently. Miss Tasha K, who has her own Unwind with the Winos, which I tune into quite frequently. They just recently donated and they didn't do the GoFundMe, but they had a GoFundMe up and they started donating. She asked all of her supporters to donate at least $25 to help reach the goal of $50K to get her lawyer obtained, to get her a retainer for a lawyer. I followed the story a little bit, but not too in depth. So if anyone listening, if you are more in tune and have more information than I can provide at this moment, please comment down in the chat. I wanted to talk about this more so because this is something that happens on a daily basis in regular life. Of course, her situation is way above my tax bracket. You know, she's dealing with millions that allegedly her family has stolen from her, and it's just a whole lot. There's rehab involved. It's another Britney Spears situation. Honestly, is how I feel about it. Where you have people that come in and want to just take over everything when they feel the provider of the family is no longer in control of things. And that was one of the alleged lies that was put out there, that she suffering from dementia, and she needs to be in rehab. She has all of these vices going on that she needs help from. And I guess my question to you guys is, have you ever dealt with something like this personally in your family, or do you know someone who has dealt with this? Because I personally know of a situation, and it hits home in my own bloodline, whereas unfortunately when certain family members get ill, quote unquote, and I'm going to put the air quotations, get ill, family will come in and try to take over. Whether they're right or wrong depends on the situation. I'm not going to get too in depth because I don't know her situation in particular, but the situation I'm speaking on is personal to me. So what I will say is, it's very unfortunate when you're the provider for the family, and then whatever breaks bad within the family, or whenever they seize the opportunity, they take it to throw you in an institution and want to be the what's the word I'm looking for? It's not guardianship, but there's another word that I'm thinking of that I can't. I know somebody in the chat know what I'm trying to say, where you basically have the authorization over that person, but there's another word for it. But yeah, and it's very unfortunate, and I just was so sad to hear all this was going on with her. There are a lot of different points on, all these media outlets who are exploiting her instead of trying to help her out of the situation. I will keep posted on this personally because I'm just interested to see how it all turns out. That Breakfast Club interview, I kind of hated that she did that because of the backlash that Charlemagne the God is going to get, because it's alleged that she helped him come up, and now he's exploiting her as well, instead of giving back, allegedly. You guys tell me your thoughts on this. Even with like I said, it reminds me of the Britney Spears situation. I was praying for Britney, boy. It's just very unfortunate because we are put in situations where, unfortunately, the society and the world we live in today, I feel like everybody was once on or currently has some type of vice, some type of addiction, whether it be alcohol, weed, pills, heroin, cocaine, sex. Even sex is addiction. Addicted to pornography. Shopping is an addiction. I read a study recently was saying how exercising is now becoming an addiction. People can be addicted to getting up every day to go exercise. Everything's a mental thing, and then once you put it on repeat and it becomes a repetitive thing, and your spirit drives it to think that it's what you need to wake up and breathe and coexist in this world, it becomes a problem. So, my heart goes out to anyone who is dealing with any type of addiction. May God and whoever you pray to, because not everybody's religious, so let's be respectful on all aspects of that you are delivered from it, because it's very straining and mentally draining when you're trying to set yourself free of something. And I can only imagine the extra stress when you are someone of success and money is involved, and you got this one got with their hand out, this one with, it just gets real ugly. And her being famous now, the world is watching this play out, but it goes on every day behind closed doors, and the everyday folk, the common folk, is like I like to say, the common folk household, this goes on. And I just wanted to talk about that today. And also what sparked me to speak about it was that someone I met through someone else, I'll just say an acquaintance, was dealing with this with his father. Whether he wanted to, he was really battling to put his father in a facility who's actually suffering from dementia. So that is a real thing, depending on the relationship with the children. Like I said, that was his father, and him and his father, there was money involved. They both are very wealthy. The father obviously has way more wealth than the son. So it's just a lot. You have to look at all aspects of those things. And even though him and his father were on the best of terms, he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to put him in a home. He was, battling whether to keep him at home with him or, hire help to watch him. So that's my little spill on that today. So, of course, it made me go to the song to lighten it up, which was Britney Spears' Stronger. I love that song. I love the video more. I love her choreography. That girl can dance, I tell you. This world is gone.